Richard Sharp, Johnson was told to stop asking for loan advice, report. Links between Boris Johnson and BBC chairman Richard Sharp are under fresh scrutiny, following a report that the then Prime Minister was told to stop asking Mr. Sharp for financial advice. The leaked memo, reported by the Sunday Times, was sent weeks before Mr. Sharp was appointed to the corporation. Mr. Sharp has said he simply connected a friend who wanted to guarantee a loan for Mr. Johnson with the head of the civil service. He insists he was appointed on merit. Mr. Sharp's appointment is under review following successive reports in the Sunday Times that he helped Mr. Johnson secure a loan before getting his job. Both Mr. Sharp and Mr. Johnson have said separately that Mr. Sharp was not involved in arranging a loan for the then Prime Minister, and say that neither man acted with any conflict of interest. In the wake of the Sunday Times' fresh report, a spokesman for Mr. Johnson insisted to the BBC that he had never received or sought financial advice from Mr. Sharp. The new leaked memo allegedly says, "Given the imminent announcement of Richard Sharp as the new BBC chair, it is important that you no longer ask his advice about your personal financial matters." Last week Mr. Sharp said that he had not given advice to the former Prime Minister. BBC News has been told Mr. Sharp's position remains unchanged. However, his appointment is to be investigated by the Public Appointments Commissioner as well as an internal panel. He has also been asked to appear before the Department of Culture, Media and Sports Select Committee to be grilled by MPs. The Conservative government has also faced attacks from opposition parties over the appointment of Mr. Sharp, whose role as BBC chairman is to uphold the broadcaster's independence. Mr. Sharp has previously acknowledged that he had contacted Cabinet Secretary Simon Case, the most senior civil servant, in late 2020 to discuss an offer of financial assistance for Mr. Johnson. That offer came from his wealthy Canadian friend Sam Blythe, also a distant cousin of Mr. Johnson. Mr. Sharp, who worked as a government advisor at the time, has said he simply connected people, and that his involvement in the loan facility ended at this point. According to the Sunday Times, the memo warning to Mr. Johnson, said to be from Mr. Case, was sent on December 22, 2020, about 2 weeks before his government announced Mr. Sharp's appointment as the new BBC chairman. Mr. Johnson is said to have secured his loan for £800,000 the following month. He was reportedly told he could take out the loan, without declaring it, as long as his guarantor Mr. Blythe had no business or personal interests in the UK beyond his family ties.